Good morning, students. Now we are in the same chapter number 3, learn to use MS Excel 2010. Now we are going to learn the features of MS Excel. I already explained you the 5 points and the 6 point. Sixth point is features like data validation and data grouping help to consider data. Data validation means whenever if you want to change the change the things whatever we have written is called data validation. If you want to change the data on the data which is already mentioned is called data validation. We can protect the workbook by using password. We can protect the workbook by using password to avoid unauthorized access to the information in the Excel file. We also have a one facility over there. If we want to secure our workbook, we can do it through a password protector. Through a password protector, we can protect our files also. That means at the time of opening that particular file, no one can open that particular file without a password. So before opening that file, you have to know about the password, right? The next is starting MS Excel 2010. How to start a MS Excel? All of you know that there are two ways to start a MS Excel. One way is what? Did you know, any one of you, the shortcut through which we can open the MS Excel? I believe some of you know that. What you have to do? You have to press start button. Start button, all of you know, in the whenever you are sitting in a front of computer screen, in a left hand side, in a bottom side, start button is there. Click on the start, go to run. I believe some of you know the option of run. You have to just click on the run option. What had happened? Automatically one option is there. After clicking on run, you get the this type of blank space is there where you have to write MS Excel. Then press enter. What had happened? The MS Excel application gets started. And the second option is what? To start a Microsoft Excel, click on the start button, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Excel 2010, and automatically Microsoft Excel get opened. The Excel document open up. We can see the Excel file that opens up consists of rows and column. All of you know that the Excel files that open up consist of rows and column. The file is referred to as a workbook. We also called it as a workbook. An Excel document is known as a workbook. An Excel document is known as a workbook and consists of worksheets. A workbook have by default 3 worksheets are there, and if you want to add a number of worksheets, you can compare the Excel workbook to your book, which consists of sheets, and sheet consists of data. The Excel workbook consists of worksheets that store data. Each workbook hold at least one worksheet. The data is stored in cell which is formed by the intersection of rows and columns. All of you know the meaning of intersection. Intersection means whenever the two lines are going to cross with each other is called intersection, right? So now this page is finished. Moving forward to the next page. This one is the Excel file. All of you have seen this type of file in computer, right? So this one is the Microsoft Excel 2010 file. Quick access toolbar. Yes, before reading this one, I tell you what does it means, quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar means the things which we get quick is called quick access. Like I tell you, these options which are available in the ribbon of the ribbon of the application. Ribbon means the upper part of the application. You get so many options over there, like bold, italic, underline, left margin, central margin, right margin, and filter option, and find option, form option. So these, they all options are called quick access toolbar. Means if you want to use it, we no need to go to any option, we have to just click on that particular option and it automatically going to be apply, right? So this one is the meaning of quick access toolbar. Now let us read about the quick access toolbar. The quick access toolbar is present on the top corner of the document. All of you know that. It consists of icons of command button, common commands. The default button are for save, undo and repeat. Default button means those buttons which are already available in all the worksheets. They are called default, by default. Then undo and repeat. We can add more buttons on the quick access toolbar. If you want to add more buttons in the quick access toolbar, we can, right? So all of you, I already told you about the ribbon. Ribbon, the upper part of this one is called the ribbon. Yes. So let us learn this. The ribbon is the strip of buttons and icons located above the worksheet. Above the worksheet means in the upper side of the worksheet. It contains all the commands that we need to perform any task in the Excel. It contains all the commands. It contains all the commands means the maximum commands are available in the upper side of the ribbon. So if you want to follow that, we have to click on that. The ribbon consists of many commands, many tabs, where each tab is a collection of group of commands. Each tab have a collection of group of commands, means so many commands in one tab. The commands are grouped according to their functions. The commands are grouped according to their functions. Some tabs have an arrow in the bottom right corner, which you can click on that additional options. Some additional options are also there where you have to click and it automatically get followed, right? So this one is the Excel worksheet. Various tabs of the ribbon. The tabs are there. New tabs, right? This one, each tab has many groups. So they having so many groups are there, right? Now moving forward to the rows and columns. Before reading this one, all of you know about how many rows and columns are there. I already told you this one. Look at this. Look at your screen. The worksheet has 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. So this one is the important point, students. You need to memorize this one. A worksheet has 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns, right? The columns are started right. Columns are like A, B, C, D, E, F, G up to Z, then AA, AB, AC, AD, like this, right? The name of the column. So now let us read about this rows and column. The worksheet is composed of rows and column. All of you know that rows are the group of cells. All of you have seen one cell. This one is the one cell. So many cells are there, right? So group of cells placed vertically. Each row is represented by a row number starting from 1 and each column is represented by letters starting from A. From column beyond Z, column are identified by 2 or more letters such as AA, AB, AC, like this. I already told you, and so on. Let us talk about cell. What is cell? Before reading this one, I tell you, you have right now in your screen, you are looking at one dark shape column is selected. One column is called cell, right? So the definition of cell is what? The intersection of row and column is called a cell. The intersection of row and column is called a cell. A cell is represented by the column letter followed by the row numbers, right? All the row numbers are there. How can you write the row numbers? You have seen in your screen. C4 means from the left hand side the fourth column is there, and the upper side it's a C column already been written. That's why the name of the column is C4, right? The intersection of row and columns is called a cell. A cell is represented by a column letter followed by row numbers. I already told you. For example, the cell at column C and the row 4 is named as C4, right? You have seen in this, in the left hand side, you have seen the numbers are there, and in the topmost ABCD is there, right? So that's why it's called A1, like this. The current selected cell is known as active cell. All of you know the current selected cell is known as active cell. Active cell is identify the thick border. A group of cells is known as cell range. A group of cells means whenever we are going to select so many cells in a one way, it is called a cell range. To refer to a cell range, we use the cell address of the first and the last cell in cell range, like this: A1 colon B2, like this. That means first name of the column, then colon, two dots, then last name of the cell is called cell range, separate by colons. For example, a cell range that includes cells A1, A2, B1 and B2 would be written. How we will written it? A1 column B2, right? So student, these are the examples of rows, columns and cells. So what you need to do is you have to revise whatever we have learned in this chapter, and if you're having any doubt you can call me anytime, right? And regarding that concern, I'm giving you some definitions. You have to note it down in your classwork copies. You have to note down that definitions and memorize it also, right student? So that's all about today's class. Okay, so students, take care yourself. And I already have seen so many of students not completed their work. Student, don't do that, because in this pandemic it's not possible. Maybe possible or not, I'm not sure about that. The school get reopened, so please revise whatever we are going to send you, right? Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care yourself.